Have you ever heard of a kingdom so powerful it rivaled its neighbors, yet so completely vanished that it feels like a ghost in the pages of history? Today, we're not just exploring ruins. We're uncovering the story of a civilization deliberately erased. This is the dark truth behind a forgotten kingdom. Picture a thriving society, nestled in a fertile valley, its cities bustling with trade, its scholars pioneering new forms of art and science. For centuries, the kingdom of Earthia flourished. Its merchants controlled vital trade routes, bringing immense wealth, while its armies were legendary for their discipline and strength. Historical records from neighboring empires, like the powerful Solarian Dominion, speak of Earthia with a mix of respect and fear. They describe opulent palaces, intricate irrigation systems that made the desert bloom, and a unique form of governance, a council of elders rather than a single monarch. Archaeological evidence supports these accounts. We've found remnants of their advanced pottery, fragments of texts that hint at a complex philosophy, and the foundations of massive structures that defy the engineering capabilities of their time. They weren't just a regional power, they were a beacon of innovation. So, what happened? Why did a kingdom this influential disappear from our collective memory? The answer lies not in a natural disaster or a gradual decline, but in a brutal and systematic annihilation. The rising Solarian Dominion, driven by an expansionist ideology, saw Earthia not as a rival to be defeated, but as an idea to be extinguished. The Earthians' council-led government and their emphasis on cultural preservation were a direct challenge to the Dominion's absolute monarchy and assimilation policies. To the Dominion, Earthia's existence was a threat to their entire way of life. The war that followed was unlike any other. It wasn't just about conquering territory, it was about cultural genocide. Ancient texts that survived, hidden away in remote monasteries, describe the Dominion's scorched earth campaign. The Solarian legions didn't just sack cities, they methodically destroyed every library, every temple, every piece of art. They pulled down statues, melted gold artifacts, and burned countless scrolls containing generations of Earthian knowledge, history, and philosophy. The goal was simple and terrifying: to make it as if Earthia never existed. But the erasure went deeper. After the military conquest, the Dominion began a campaign of historical revisionism. They rewrote their own history books, omitting any significant mention of Earthia. When they did mention it, they depicted the Earthians as primitive barbarians, a footnote, unworthy of serious study. Any Solarian scholar who dared to study the true history of Earthia was branded a heretic and silenced. Over generations, the lie became the truth. Earthia was forgotten, its legacy buried under layers of propaganda and dust. For over 1,000 years, it worked. The world forgot about Earthia. Its name became a whisper, a myth told by nomads in the desert. It was only in the last century that a few rogue archaeologists and historians began to piece together the puzzle. They stumbled upon inconsistencies in the Solarian records, found strange pottery shards in unexpected places, and translated fragmented texts from other cultures that mentioned a lost kingdom of the valley. The breakthrough came with the discovery of the Whispering Ruins, the modern name for the buried capital of Earthia. Hidden by sand and time, the city's foundations reveal a story far different from the Solarian propaganda. We found evidence of a sophisticated society that valued knowledge above all else. We unearthed tablets that weren't about war or conquest, but about poetry, astronomy, and ethics. They had mapped the stars with incredible accuracy and developed philosophical concepts that would not be seen again for centuries. This is the dark truth of our forgotten kingdom. Earthia wasn't lost to time, it was stolen from it. Its destruction serves as a chilling reminder of how fragile history is, and how easily a powerful narrative can erase a truth it finds inconvenient. The people of Earthia were not just defeated, they were silenced. Their voices, their culture, their very existence were targeted for oblivion. So why does this matter today? Because the story of Earthia is a warning. It shows us that history is often written by the victors, and that we must constantly question the narratives we are given. It compels us to dig deeper, to look for the voices that have been silenced, and to recover the stories that have been erased. Every fragment of Earthian pottery we find, every line of text we translate, is an act of defiance against those who tried to wipe them from memory. By uncovering their story, we do more than just correct a historical record. We give a voice back to the voiceless. We honor the memory of a brilliant civilization and acknowledge the profound loss that its destruction represents for all of humanity. The fate of Arathia teaches us a powerful lesson. To preserve a future worth remembering, we must first have the courage to remember everything that was forgotten. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden corners of history. Let me know in the comments what forgotten civilization you'd like to explore next. Until then, keep questioning.